What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Save Station. Today, we are going to be talking about Pokemon again because the news just keeps coming for this new Sun and Moon game. And today, we have Marley of Marley D on
Hey,
YouTube.
good to be back, everyone.
So let's get right into it. They released a almost 5 minute trailer, which is pretty long for Pokemon
And it was
trailers.
chock full of announcements.
Holy cow! Yeah, it was. So let's start right from the beginning. So right from the start, they show us Executor, and I'm like, okay, Executor.
Got
He's kind of weird. Yeah, okay, first gen Pokemon, cool. All of a sudden, they reveal that there are Alola formed like old Pokemon, and Executor's the first one, and he is like a big palm
He's a
tree.
big old palm tree brontosaurus. He's the new god tier Pokemon. He's
Oh, God tier
god
confirmed.
tier confirmed. Like, bend over, Arceus.
So yeah, what do you think of him and stuff?
Oh,
Like he's a dragon type now and
oh,
stuff too, grass
it's
dragon.
incredibly stupid, but I love it. It's like those. I love the troll Pokemon designs where you can tell they're like Ken Sugimori and them are just kind of laughing
Yeah.
at everyone. It was like Mega Slowbro or Klefki. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he falls right into that like perfect tent of Pokemon. I think it's really funny. I think I'm gonna try to use him.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't wait to see like if their stats change or anything like that. Like
I have a feeling they do.
okay. Yeah, it's cool that they're like reinvigorating the old Pokemon again. They kind of did it with Mega Evolutions, and we all agree that that maybe wasn't the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I think this is probably the best way.
Yeah, it's really cool because you look at like what they did in X and Y where they made 150 new Pokemon, but they were
Yeah.
all pretty much like reskins of the Pokemon from Gen 1. So this is a great little way for them to maybe tweak some things and experiment with some things, but without having to come up with a whole brand new Pokemon. So like
Yeah.
now that's a slot that can go for an actual brand new Pokemon idea. So I think it's really cool. And it totally makes sense, like biologically and geographically. Like that's how animals evolve. Like
Right.
a bear in New York is different from like a polar bear, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually kind of surprised it hasn't happened before, Like
same here.
We're in Gen 7.
Yeah.
It's been like 20 years plus of Pokemon
Yeah.
and it's happening now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that it's just I think they've taken small baby steps towards it, and I mean
Yeah.
maybe it just finally clicked that like, oh, this is how we should do it.
And we didn't see any Mega Evolutions in this trailer at all, and it's not been confirmed, but I'm wondering if
I
like
don't think we're gonna get
they're
any.
I it seems that way to me because we haven't seen any new
Nope,
Megas,
not
right?
at all.
I think they might be like segueing away from it. Like they realize that this is a better way
Yeah,
to like reinvigorate interest in like old Pokemon.
yeah,
Honestly, Mega Evolutions were kind of cool, but we'll get it to it later. But they're implementing another feature to like power up
yeah.
Pokemon.
I think
So
for me, and I've said it before, Mega Evolutions were like a band-aid on like a missing arm. Like
yeah,
it was a temporary fix. Like these Pokemon needed either new forms, which are these are they needed like just straight up evolutions. Like
yeah,
this is a cool way to kind of retool some Pokemon and maybe fix their usefulness in the scene.
yeah. So getting into some more region specific to Alola, we got Vulpix and Ninetales, and I gotta say they look really
Dude,
cool. Like,
they're so cool. Like
yeah.
Ninetales is like kind of like mystical and almost kind of spooky looking. Like
Yeah, and she or he was only a fire type before.
right.
Like I always thought like, dude, there should be like a dual typing here or
Well,
something.
I always thought she should have, or he, she, whatever. I always
Yeah,
thought they should have been fire psychic because I'm
yeah,
pretty sure Ninetales has access to a lot of psychic type moves,
yep,
or at least the main ones. I mean, I could be wrong, but I seem to remember that like that sticks in my mind.
yeah. Ninetales knows some ghost type moves too.
Yeah,
So it's been a weird it's been a weird thing. I've always thought that Ninetales should have a different typing, and they totally flipped it around and made it Vulpix and Ninetales Ice, and then
Ice,
Ice Fairy
dude,
for Ninetales.
their Ninetales is the Dragon Slayer now. Like,
Literally the Dragon Slayer, like immune to all dragon type
yeah,
moves.
and that's since X and Y, they've been trying to knock the dragon typing down a couple pegs.
Yeah,
They've
absolutely.
been trying real because like for a while it was like you had to have a dragon type on your team.
Yeah.
Um and it seems like they're trying to, balance it out so that all the types are viable, I guess.
Yep.
So, yeah, that Ninetales is really, really cool. I'm worried that like depending on how many more of these Alola forms we see, I'm worried my team is gonna be made up of Pokemon from past generations just with their new forms.
Seriously, because we all love Gen 1s.
Yeah,
Like, and
yeah.
it seems like they're focusing on that so far. I'm interested to see if they do it for other gens
I
in this game.
I think we will. I
Yeah.
don't think they'll go all Gen 1 for this.
Yeah. So next we've got Sandshrew and Sandslash. Sandshrew's a little igloo.
It's so cute. It's
Yeah.
so friggin' cute. With
And
its
then
like little hood.
Sandslash. Yeah. Oh, I know.
It
It's
looks like
it's
a hood,
ridiculous.
but it's also the entrance to the
Yeah.
to the igloo. Oh,
Yeah.
they're adorable.
Yeah, it's funny. And then Sandslash is like pretty sweet looking, real edgy.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same design, but the spikes are like icicles now.
Icicles. And they went ice and steel for this typing, which is a new. I think it's a new typing, just like Vulpix and Ninetales.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think
But
we've gotten that before.
I gotta say, ice steel is 4 times weak
Get get
to
wrecked
fire.
fighting. Get
Yeah,
wrecked by
fire
fighting.
and fighting is like super effective, and both the fire and fighting are common types.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how viable they're gonna be, but I think they'll be fun to play, just to play. I love the new typing and stuff. That's definitely cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're
Um,
they're they're cute and Sandshrew and Sandslash are Pokemon that like they've never been my favorites, but I've always had a soft spot in my heart for them. Like I've
yeah,
used Sandslash a couple times in a couple different playthroughs and stuff, so it's
yep.
cool to see him get some love.
So those were the ones they revealed for the region specific to Alola.
Mhm.
Next, we're gonna get right into they revealed even more new Pokemon.
Yeah.
And the first one up is forgive me everybody if I don't pronounce this right. Oricorreos.
Yeah.
Is that
I
correct?
That's how
Did I
I
say it
say it
right?
in my video that I made, but I also pronounced it and apologized like 3 times. So,
So we're gonna say Oricorreos
yeah.
for now.
Part of a
And
well-balanced breakfast
yes, and it looks like there's 4 different types of them
based off of different styles of dance.
of dance, which is I gotta say the animation to their dancing is really good.
Yeah.
Like I've actually noticed that for a lot of these new
Yeah, the animation is
like
like
stuff,
way way better for some of these
it's more
Pokemon.
fluid
Yeah.
for sure. So we gotta. I'm gonna list out the dance styles here real quick. This is crazy. So Bailey style is kind of like the Mexican dancer,
I
I
think it's
think.
Baye.
Bye. I'm so sorry, everybody. Uh, and that's a fire flying.
Yep.
Then there's pom pom style. I'm pretty sure I got that right.
Yeah. Actually, it's a Poom Poom.
Oh, dang it. I just can't do it. And that's electric flying, and I guess that's like
Cheerleading.
cheerleader.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher this next one. Psychic flying is the next one, and it's Payu style.
Pow.
Pi, yeah, there's PA and then hyphen U.
Yeah.
I I have no idea, but it looks like a Hawaiian kind of
Yeah,
like
like a
garb on him.
um the hula dancing
Hula
yeah.
dancing, yep. And then lastly, we have the Sensu style. I think I said that
Yep.
right. And that's ghost flying.
Yeah.
And each Pokemon, like, it's cool how they made it look like like the actual dancers.
Yeah, and what's cool is you can definitely like they're all visually obviously very different, but you
Yeah.
can tell they belong to the same family.
Yep.
Um, it's not like I don't know, like the different forms of Motham and
I remember that.
the Diamond Pearl Platinum games, like they were different, but they were pretty much just a different color. Um,
Yeah.
I like that, like, oh no, they're clearly like a family of birds here, but they're also just very visually different
Yep.
as well. I really like all of them. Out of all of the new Pokemon that we've seen, like
Uh-huh.
the actual new Pokemon, not like the remixed Pokemon. Um,
Yeah.
these guys were actually my favorite, with the Sensu style being my favorite.
Yeah, yeah. I love the animations. I think it might be my favorite too out of these new ones, although I have to say we got the new evolution of Donald Trump.
Yeah,
It's pretty amazing.
yeah, it's uncanny.
We'll get to him. He's coming up pretty soon. So next we've got
Oh wait, who's your favorite bird?
oh I think the like the Spanish dancer
Oh, the Valle
probably.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's probably my second.
Um all right, so next we've got Minior, I'm gonna say, or Minior.
Yeah, I've
He's
been
the
saying
little like meteorite kind of like looking
yeah,
rock Pokemon. Um, so he's kind of cool. He at first he just it looks like a little star, and he's like in a shell.
yeah.
And apparently his ability is if he takes half damage, his shell will
Come
come
off.
off,
Okay, see, I
and
didn't
he
know
has
that.
high defense when the shell's on.
Okay,
But when it comes off, it's like the one move that you break your shell. I forget the one move's name, shell break or something like
yeah.
that. And then you lose defense, but your attack goes up, I think.
Okay,
So I think it's something similar to that. So when he takes half health, when he's down there to half health, he sheds the rock armor
okay.
and he becomes that like cute little
Like starlight thing.
yeah, yeah, and he's a rock flying type, which
Okay. Huh.
we've seen rock flying before. I think Aerodactyl and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Huh. That's I would have assumed they would have gone like rock psychic or something.
Yeah, and then he has like levitate or something because it looks like he's just levitating. But
I thought it was what was pretty cool is that he's got different colors
yeah,
and the color of your core of its core is dependent on the color of the stone, I think. And I don't think
oh,
there's no stat differences, but like when you're playing the game, you'll like if you see a green stone one, you'll know you'll get a green core minor.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm liking all these little differences they're giving, like these little appearance differences. Sorry, to
Yeah.
go back to the birds for a second.
Okay.
We didn't talk about their ability. Dancer.
Oh yeah, the dancing, yes.
So
So they can copy any dance move that's done by another
yeah,
Pokemon, like Quiver Dance.
yeah. Or swords dance. So like if you use it, your bird will automatically get to
Yeah.
use it right then and there. Like you don't
I, yeah.
that's super cool.
I know it would be a good strategy for switching in. Like I know like Valcorona, for instance, heavily relies on Quiver Dance
Yeah.
setups. So if you see like a Valcorona come out or something, you pretty much know that the Pokemon's going to use that move. So switch in
Yeah.
to that little bird and copies that immediately.
Yeah.
So definitely some good strategy there for that. So next we got Gumshoes.
Make make Alola great again.
I saw an excellent comment today in the YouTube section, comment section of YouTube, and the one guy was like, "I hope Gumshoe is a great waller." I was like, "Fantastic!"
Yeah, it's a
It's
it's
uncanny.
absurd how much it looks like him. Like it's
Oh
really really absurd.
yes. Oh my gosh. And he's a normal type.
Yeah, he's probably our starter rodent as per
Yeah.
usual.
Yeah, he's the little fur tufts on his belly kind of give like throw me off a little bit. Like I'm like, those look like legs, but they're not. Like it's weird. Or like arms, kind
Yeah.
of like it's kind of strange. But yeah, the he's so funny looking. So next we've got So next is an interesting one, Fomantis.
Yeah.
And that's Fomantis is a grass type, but I'm like, why is it not a bug type?
Yeah. Yeah, I had the same thought.
Because they're clearly going for the
Praying
praying
mantis.
mantis.
Yeah, it's I thought, I mean, maybe they wanted to avoid a times 4 weakness to fire or flying.
True, true.
Um it's
It's so
odd. It's
weird
really it's weird cuz it's very clearly a bug. It's very
because so like Fomantis could pass for like a grass type, but then that next evolution is Lurantis and straight up looks like a praying
yeah.
mantis. Like what? I'm not sure what they're doing exactly there.
I mean,
Like they could have just made it a pure bug type.
yeah,
It doesn't have to be like bug
that's
grass.
true too. Yeah, I mean maybe I don't know the science between like the
Oh,
balancing
right.
act of types and what gets what and all that.
Yeah.
I imagine that there's a lot of math and science, video game science that like goes into like making
Balancing.
sure balancing issues and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I thought it was strange too that it wasn't a bug type. But I really like how it looks. It's really like it's
Yeah.
got a really cool like elegant looking design.
Yeah, I would agree. It also gets a they reveal a new move that it can use, and maybe other grass types can use it.
Solar
Solar
Blade,
Blade.
yeah,
I was like,
that
okay,
was
that's cool.
insane.
I'm cool with a new grass type move. So moving on, Solar Blade is used. So this is kind of cool. We get to see Mudbray, who's the little donkey
Yeah,
Pokemon that evolves into the
the
bigger
horse.
Pokemon. What's his name?
I don't remember.
Oh shoot, I can't remember either.
I like Mudbray more though.
Yeah, his design is kind of like better, I think.
Yeah, he's so little and cute, and then the horse is just kind of so like kind of dopey looking.
Yeah, they were definitely going for like a Clydesdale for
Yeah, isn't it
the
like
like
Mudsdale
second
or
one.
something like that?
I think it's Mudsdale. I think that's literally the name.
Okay.
So yeah, and then they segue right into like the riding and stuff like that. Like so you can call in services to like ride Pokemon,
Yeah.
and then you can like just run through like obstacles and stuff like that,
Uh,
which is pretty sweet.
I just I was so let down by riding in X and Y,
Yeah, I never like used it like
and so I'm just like worried that this is just gonna be really lackluster.
just like another thing that you can kind of do
Yeah,
if
like
you want.
because I like from the trailer, like my beef with it in X and Y was it was limited to what's the goat?
A go-go.
Go-Goat. It was limited to Go-Goat
Yeah.
and Go-Goat, and I think you could ride a Mamoswine.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Um, and it was like I wanted to ride my Pokemon. I wanted to ride like the Pokemon I was attached to, like
Yeah.
like oh, this is my Rhyhorn and he's my mount, and
Well, Marley, you're it's been answered for you. You can ride
I
Sharpedo,
don't
which is like half a shark is your favorite Pokemon.
God, I don't want to ride Sharpedo.
You don't want to ride half a shark?
If he was a full shark, um, so
But wait, no, mega him and he'll be three quarters.
yeah, make shark Pokemon great again.
Make sharks Pokemon great again.
So I'm worried that this is gonna be limited to like a couple of rental Pokemon,
Uh
and it's not gonna be that special. I don't know. The one exciting thing that I did see was the riding was the Charizard. And
oh yeah.
what that makes me think is like, all right, why would they show off riding a flying type Pokemon? Because in the past, when you've used Fly, it's just been that weird blob. It's the sprite, and
Yeah.
you go right to where you are, where you want to go.
Yeah.
So what I'm guessing is if they're making a big deal of pointing out that you can ride a Charizard, is soaring coming back in some shape or form?
I would guess it is.
And I hope so because that was one of my favorite parts in Omega Ruby and Alpha
Yeah.
Sapphire.
And then like you have like random encounters in the sky and stuff
Yeah.
sometimes. Like yeah, I think that would be wise to keep. Cuz like to me that was definitely more of a mechanic than just the regular riding on the ground mechanic.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's it's cooler. Like you have more
Yeah,
free reign on where to
and
go and stuff.
it was just fun. Like I
Yeah,
just had a really fun time flying around. So
yeah. Also, it helped that you could fly on Latias, which is like one of your favorite Pokemon.
yeah, exactly. I just wish I didn't have to do it in her lame Mega.
The airplane mode.
It's so dumb.
Airplane mode activate. Oh my gosh. So they've been turning things on their head in this new game a lot, and it looks like we're not going to have gyms this time around.
I wasn't. That's what I thought at first, but I was. The wording was so weird on that.
Yeah.
Um, I don't. There aren't 8 islands. I don't think.
I,
I don't think there are 8 whole islands. So if there are no gyms, that's gonna be a real short game.
yeah.
I have a feeling that they're just little challenge, like that they're just challenges you can do.
So when I gathered, there seems to be 4 trial captains for like the rite of passage is what it's called. Like you need to beat these trial captains on different islands.
Okay.
So there's 4 trial captains, and they have their type specialties.
Yeah.
Then there's the kahunas.
Okay.
I think there's 4 kahunas too. So that's 8 right there.
Oh.
So I think I'm not positive on that, but I'm thinking that they're just doing 4 trial captains and then 4 kahunas.
Okay, because I thought the Kahunas were Pokemon.
They're they are Pokemon,
Uh.
but they have Pokemon trainers though too.
Okay.
So like the kahunas, I guess, are the Pokemon and then the trainer. Like the one old guy, I think Hala
Uh
is
huh.
his name, is a kahuna, I believe.
Okay.
And then so you got powerful totem Pokemon. Wait, so I think the totem
Okay,
Pokemon.
that's what I was thinking of.
So the Kahunas are the trainers, which is a cool name.
Yeah.
And then you got the totem Pokemon.
Okay.
And they show Gumshoes as the first one.
Yeah.
And it's like he powers up kind of. And I guess
Yeah.
one of his stats kind of like increases.
Yeah.
And then it looks like he can like call in a little helper
Yeah, and
too.
it's not like it doesn't look like a double battle. Like it's just like a Pokemon that comes in to help him out. So
Yeah. Which I was like, oh man, they're gonna do 2v1? What the heck? That's not fair. But then they like implement this new Z power thing. And I'm
yeah,
like, oh, I think this is how they're gonna balance these Kahuna fights.
yeah.
You're gonna get this Z power, which basically makes you like a Dragon Ball Z character. Like it's crazy. So I'm hold on, I'm gonna try and get to the part in the trailer. So a new way to attack Z power, and the trainer does this like funny
Yeah, they
little
do like a little like Dragon Ball Z fusion dance type.
like a little dance.
A a Power
Yeah,
Ranger routine.
and then that activates the Z move,
Yeah.
which can be like, I guess every type has its Z like power.
Uh huh.
I'm guessing,
Yeah.
and like Pikachu does this like huge. It's called Gigavolt Havoc.
Yeah, they have like these really absurd, over the top names.
And then it's just like huge explosions. Like it literally looks like you're killing the other Pokemon. Like it's like how could they survive? So I think that's gonna like balance out those Kahuna battles
Yeah.
because then you can only use that Z move once per battle.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
So it's like Mega Evolution,
Yeah.
basically.
I'm. You know, I mean, I don't think they're gonna get rid of Mega Evolution altogether. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe I just here's what I'm worried about. So we've got Megas, we got the Primal guys that was limited to
Right.
Kyogre and Groudon, but you're allowed to use them in competitive now, so I guess it's worth bringing up. Now
Yeah.
we've got the Z moves. I I am worried about them adding too many mechanics and complicating Pokemon.
Dude, if you could Mega Evolve and then use a Z move, like that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like it's the stacking of like new features. It's like getting a little too much.
yeah. So I mean I genuinely wonder if Mega Evolution is just gone for good in this gen because
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people would be upset because you have a lot of people who have bred Pokemon specifically for using them as a mega
Yeah.
that have worked on Pokemon specifically with using their mega in mind. So
Yep.
I'm curious to see how it is. I don't Pokemon is has lasted as long as it has because mechanically at its base it's very simple.
Yep.
So I worry about it getting just a wee bit too complicated.
Yeah, I like the Z move sounds really cool for like story, like the main plot. Like
Yeah.
just like if you could just use that in there,
Yeah.
and maybe just keep the Z moves out of like competitive like multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's why I would be totally fine with that, and maybe they'll do that.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
do you need like a special bracelet again too?
I
Like,
have no idea.
it's kind of
And it's
weird.
only
Like, I know you can buy like a bracelet for like yourself, like out of the game.
Oh, okay, yeah, so then you probably do need a bracelet, I'm guessing.
Like, I I don't know. Like, it's kind of unclear to me. Um, so like back to the Z moves, like I love the animations for them. They're like pretty cool, especially the fire one, like
Yeah.
Inferno Overdrive.
Yeah.
Like holy crap. Oh my gosh, like it's a huge explosion.
Yeah, it's I think out of actually, I mean, I'm not I think out of all the new features and stuff that they announced today, this was the one I was the least like whelmed by. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't like this is stupid, I don't want this, but I wasn't like overly like, "Oh my god," like the animations and stuff I was, but I think immediately my mind went to those problems I could foresee happening. Sorry, I had a
Yeah.
word vomit for a minute there.
I honestly feel like they should keep the Z moves out of like multiplayer. Maybe like if you can turn it on, then fine.
Yeah.
But I would say definitely have a feature where you can turn it off because oh my gosh, they're super powerful moves, and if you can like stack a mega on top of that,
Yeah.
that's just like
And then
that is really powerful.
like I mean, can you so they're available once per round. Can you only use
Like
one of them? Or can you have
I think it's like a mega evolution.
uh
Once you use it once, the rest of the battle,
not,
it's done.
okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna work. And since it's so powerful, I feel like that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure they thought that through.
Yeah, I really hope it's just like it's for the story. That's really what I'm for. Like use it against the Elite Four if you're in a pinch.
Yeah.
Like I think that's cool against even the champion.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool to do.
Yeah.
And obviously they would probably have Z moves too.
Yeah.
So also, I mean, I'm guessing they're in the game, even though we have these Kahunas and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the four Kahunas, maybe they're the Elite Four. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions about I mean, and that's kind of awesome. Like most of the times when we go into a Pokemon game, we kind of know what we're going to get and what to
Yeah,
expect. There's a there's a lot of new which has led to a lot of mystery about this one in particular.
yeah. I hope, honestly, I hope the Elite Four and stuff is still there, like Victory Road and
Yeah.
all that. Like I always felt like that was a cool rite of passage to do every time, even though it's been done so many
And
times.
it's gotten progressively easier and easier.
And very true.
Like
Yeah,
if I have one want for this game, I want it to be harder.
yeah,
Like I genuinely like want it to be a harder game.
yeah. I agree with that. I know they definitely implemented a lot of like ways to make it easier, kind of like I know like the XP share kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like in a sense, the XP share is giving 50% of the XP to all your party Pokemon.
Yeah.
So technically, you're like higher level when you get to the end than like someone that wouldn't use it,
Yeah.
the XP without it takes away the grinding in a sense. Like
Yeah.
if you want to get higher level, then you have to grind,
Yeah.
which is really sucky. Um, or you could use the XP share.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the last Elite Four and stuff. I really didn't have much of a problem with.
No, neither did I.
So yeah, maybe they can up the difficulty a little bit, but then again, like this game's always been like the target audience is people our age, I feel like it should be,
Yeah.
but they make the game more, I think, for like a younger
Yeah. Well, I
generation.
mean, I think back to as a kid and when I played yellow version, and
Yeah,
even when I replayed it when they released it, yellow version is a challenging game, and some of that is because the lack of mechanics at the time.
sure.
But like there are tough gym battles in yellow version. I think that's genuine. That's why I remember some of them
Yeah,
so well. But
yep.
like I go back and I think to like X and Y, for example. I don't think I can tell you m- many of the gym leaders' names in X and Y.
Oh, I can't remember any of them.
And I think part of that is because how easy it was to breeze through them. Like I think they all maxed out at like 3 or 4 Pokemon. By the time you got to them, their level, like your levels were always super higher than theirs were.
Yeah.
Um, so I would just like, I don't. I think I think they're scared kids might not like the challenge, but I don't think that's the case. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's just me being a grumpy old man. You're the grumpiest
Well,
old man, though.
of course. Um, I'm kind of like I'm pretty sure that all this Pokemon Go craze might bring some people back into the fold, maybe.
Uh huh.
Like I actually asked a question like on a comment section,
Uh huh.
posing the question like, does anyone here, are they interested in Sun and Moon because of Pokemon Go? And I got a few responses saying they were,
Oh, that's awesome.
and that they were thinking about buying the game, and they haven't played in years.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. That's great.
So it sounds like some people are coming back.
That's super cool. I love that.
Yeah,
More Pokemon for everyone.
yeah. Um, so this might honestly break some records depending on everything that
Yeah.
happens. Like there's tons of 3DS hardware out there.
Yeah.
So tons of people have the system,
Yeah.
and Pokemon always sells well. So with all this Pokemon Go craze, I feel like, I mean, obviously the Pokemon Go thing is probably going to be kind of come and gone a little bit by then,
Yeah.
but still, it's kind of been implanted in people's heads, and they know about Sun and Moon now.
Yeah. Um,
So
I have a question to pose for you.
okay,
If, as of right now, if with all the Pokemon that we have, if you could choose one to give an Alola form to, who would you pick? And like, what would you change their typing to?
oh,
I've got
oh
mine
my
if you want
gosh.
mine
So
first.
if they hadn't have done Ninetales, I would have said Ninetales right away.
Okay.
Because literally, like yesterday before this trailer came out, I was like, somehow it popped in my head, I was like, Ninetales, I wish you had a different type. Like, and they did it. They literally did. I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this is crazy. So, oh my gosh, there's over 700 Pokemon. um, so everyone probably doesn't know this. I've mentioned it before, but Dusknoir is my favorite Pokemon, and I've been saying for a long time that
No.
oh, he's
Dusk
so surprised.
Dusknoir? No,
Dusknoir.
I'm so shocked.
So before in a previous discussion, I had mentioned like maybe he could get a Mega Evolution, but then again, I was like, maybe not.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of a Lola farm for him, maybe like
Okay.
have this. So he'll retain his Ghost type,
Okay.
but he'll have a dual type now.
Okay.
And I'm thinking like Ghost fighting,
Ooh, that's
since
awesome.
he's always had all the punching moves like the Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, and Ice Punch.
Yeah.
He's always had those available to him,
Okay.
and his whole thing is like he's a more attack centered
Yeah.
like evolution up from Dusclops.
Yeah.
So and he's got like those fists and stuff too, like for grappling and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
So to me, I feel like a Ghost fighting would be really cool for a Lola form. And maybe his ability would change too to something more useful than Frisk.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. I want an ability change. That's what I would really like to
Okay.
see. Like maybe Iron Fist, which powers up punching
Yeah,
moves.
that would be cool.
Like to me, that's the natural progression that I kind of see it going.
Okay. So,
So yeah, how about you? Do you have one specifically?
yeah, so I picked Garchomp,
Mm.
and instead of
Shark.
yeah, instead of ground dragon, I would make him water dragon,
Oh,
and I'd make
full shark.
to like make him fit into the beach environment. So I mean, he's a hammerhead shark, but
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
land shark. So um yeah, I would pick Garchomp and I'd make him water dragon. I think it would fit. I think it also, do we have a water dragon
Um,
besides the
I
legendaries?
oh man. See Kingdra. Kingdra.
Kingdra. Yeah, you're right.
Kingdra and funny enough, this never made any sense to me, but Palkia is water dragon.
Yeah, whatever.
Super random. Like I never got
Yeah,
that
neither
at
did
all.
I. But yeah, I just think like, because looking at Garchomp now, like you could make some seriously cool visual tweaks because he's already awesome looking, but you can make some
Yeah,
really cool like visual tweaks to him
yeah.
and just make him water dragon, and I think he'd be awesome.
Totally, yeah. I that would definitely be a good one for him. But what if they just do Sharpedo and like change his look? Like he can make him an actual shark, maybe.
That would be great.
That
That would
would be
be
fantastic.
awesome. I would buy
So
10 copies of the game just to support that.
I just thought of something really interesting. For the mega evolutions that are already out there, do you think they might try and stay away from those Pokemon that can mega evolve
I I don't
for these
know.
new forms? Because that means that their mega evolution form would probably look different.
Yeah. Probably, or their Alola forms just don't get access to their megas.
Yeah.
Um I think that's a pretty safe bet. But I mean, who knows? It's kind of hard to tell right now.
Yeah, I like we said before, I think they might be staying away from mega evolutions with this new like region forms.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I have a feeling that I think this is the nail in the coffin for megas. Um,
Yeah.
I think they tried it. I think they thought it was gonna maybe take off more, and I mean,
And it was super hype when it first happened. We were like I was blown back. I was like,
yeah,
"Holy
it
crap."
was really cool, and like, and it took. I mean, it took off in the competitive scene because it had to. Like,
Yeah.
you pretty much had to make use of it, but I don't know. Like, for some, it was. I think it was the temporary like nature of it. Like,
Yeah.
it just never felt that important to me because you knew at the end of the battle your Pokemon was going to switch back to whatever it was before. So
Yep.
I really like this idea of region differences.
Totally. So I think that's a pretty good place to stop. We talked about a lot of stuff that was just revealed recently.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about your channel? I know that you have some Pokemon content coming.
Yeah, so you can find me on YouTube. I'm Marley D, and yeah, for a while now I've been wanting to get some kind of long form regular content uploaded. So every Fridays for the foreseeable future, I'm gonna be doing Pokemon content. I think I'm gonna call it Trainer Talk.
Okay.
And you're gonna get like top 10 lists. You're gonna get like featurettes on my favorite Pokemon, discussions about the games, and all kinds of different stuff. No holds bar Pokemon
Yeah.
Madness. So look for Trainer Talk every Friday. I'm gonna get my first episode up this Friday, and I'm gonna do the top 10 Kanto Pokemon that I think should get Alola forms. So
Totally.
I'm really excited about that. I've been brainstorming the list all day. So
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea just because like we're getting a lot of Pokemon news. Like it's literally coming like every week or 2 weeks, I
yeah.
feel like. So there's like a shit ton to talk about for
Yeah.
sure.
And the game's not that far away. We're in August. It comes
Yep.
out in November.
Yep. 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 It's right around the corner for sure.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for being on. It was a real pleasure.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
As always. Yeah, so thanks everyone for watching. I hope you got your Pokemon fix for today. So yeah, we'll see you next time. So catch you at your next save. All right, see you guys.